the best Shin Bet, the best Mossad, the best, general security of the whole world. We've made, as even Joe Rogan quoted, we made Pegasus that's able to trace things on and get into people's phones and find out what the crown prince of Saudi Arabia said to his mate, and we're able to see things. We have the best technology in the world and high tech. How can we have a security breach so ridiculous and tragic as this past Shabbat? It was like 6 to 8 hours or something, no response. Like, how did we have? And I think there was even phone calls made by phone. It wasn't even like they needed fancy security systems. People phoned and said this is happening, and nothing really responded so quick. How?
A lot of questions, but
we don't have answers right now. It's not the time for the answers. It's just the time to be in awe that this was from Shemaim. Because if Shemaim hadn't agreed, it never would have happened. Hashem agreed to this klala, but it has a sad tone. That's what the Zera Shimshon saying. He didn't say about this situation, but I'm just throwing it in, connecting it. Anyone arguing with me with that? Seems like this is like Hashgacha Pratis, we're learning this, yeah? Because Torah talks to us according to the times.
So the Parshat Shavua always has something related to what's going on.
It's a famous quote from Tzaddikim that the Kriya is Mo'ora the Zman. Yeah, you heard this concept? See, Shasvarim brings it. It must be from some, maybe a Zohar, I don't know. Maybe it's even a Gemara. The idea with the Kriya, when you read the Parsha, it's Mo'ora, it wakens up the time we're in. So really, on a deeper level, the Parsha actually has in it a deeper connection to the time than even the time. Has a more power to it, because it's the Torah. The Torah is the panemius of the time. I heard this once from Rav Leiboiga, Rav Sodek. The Torah has in it a panemius understanding of the time. So it's much deeper, it's much inner. It gives us a deeper insight to the time than even the time would say. To say this is Tishrei, it's Man Simcha. The deeper sugya is the Kriya. Go to the Torah, and what does the Torah say? We're saying the Torah says that in Shemayim they were maskim to give klala. But even there, yeh bo eza sad tov. Od im zeh ish mekabo osa bracha hu ish sadik sheshoma mitzvahs v'holech b'derech emes meila bracha bo alav v'ein lo sorach bracha shel osa hediot. And I told a story before you all came, before we started the shiur, to someone. I went to a sadik. I had problems with panasa, and I literally had almost nothing. He said to me, "Well, what do you have? Do you have enough food and drink?" I said, "I have bread and water and milk." He said, "Maybe a bit of nosh for the kids." He said, "Oh, Baruch Hashem, you have something." I was like, "No. I've got moving house. I got things to pay. I don't pay just for bread and water. And that, who says that's going to last?" He said, "You have that now. I give you a bracha. So you have something. You have bracha. You have more." The next day, I went to Kollel. I was in the Kollel days. I was like, "I've got a bracha, but I got no money. What am I going? I wanted him to give me some advice, not just give me a blessing." It was a tzaddik, a proper, real tzaddik. He's shomer mitzvahs. And the bracha came upon me. What happened that day? Someone turns up with an envelope, $2,500, hands it to my wife. We were able to pay for the move, la la la.
Wow.
And the guy didn't know nothing about our story. He just decided he wanted to give a family ma'aseh. He decided to choose us. Shalom Yisrael. No, it wasn't like I went around crying to anyone. And this was, I had the bracha, that's what I had. From a tzaddik. And it was Mekayim, the bracha came upon me. Ain't talking the bracha, I said. I don't live like that anymore. I try do a shtadlus, have a job, I try to be more normal like other people. But it was good times in those days when I lived off miracles. And I did, and I survived for years.
Wow.
And I bought houses, and I this and I that. And I didn't have a normal, like a Derech HaTeva way of doing it. It was just miracles.
Is it what you were saying, like, he asked you what you have, and he gave you a bracha on what you have, and then you got more? It reminds me of was it with the Eliyahu and Navi or with Elisha? Like with the woman where like she had to take
the kli.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
you have to have the vessel.
Yeah, and then you bring it and pour a little olive oil.
As long as you have something.
As long as
you have to have something. Yeah. And generally in our generation, the Nesoin is Ba'ashiris. It says in the Svarim, so he can bring down. We're the Eretz Ashur. We're not the Eretz of the Aniyim. We're the Eretz Ashur. What's Ashur? Ashur is a shiris. We have a shiris. Our Nesoin is of a shiris, of wealth. There's tremendous amount of abundance. Never before. You even take an ani. He's a rich man compared to like the kings of old. He has a shower. He has a bathroom. These people have to go out to the toilet outside somewhere. They didn't have hot water coming through their taps. Yeah, they have electricity. Never thought about it. Warming up their house, a mazgan. What are you talking about? Fridge. They have all this stuff. Washing machine. All these political things. And that's an ani of our generation. They have Bisley. Bisley, they don't have Bisley. Yeah, we're thinking Bisley here. Funny enough. I've met people who literally lived off Shabbos on Bisley and Bamba. Never. And come organizations give them chicken, bread. There are people even in this generation, but then there's an organization going to give them proper food because there's such a shiris. Thank you, Hashem. So what's our challenge? Our test is in the sign of our shiris. But where are we weak? Someone said it to me today on the show he's collecting. I said, Ani, he asked me for money. I said, I'm an Ani right now. Yeah. He said, the only thing Ani I see you as is an Ani Badas. He says, you're Ani Badat with knowledge. Your Nasayan is not money. He says, what's Hashiris? Torah, mitzvahs, ruchnis. He says, he looks like you have a lot of that. He said, I don't see you as an Ani. So I ended up giving him some money. Yeah. It was a good bought, so I paid again some money. Someone told me a good bought, I'm not going to give it. Doesn't get angry or runs away. He told me a good bought, I'll give him some money.
Yeah, right, the guy from Machon, the guy from Vermont.
Yeah, one of those guys, yeah. So I gave him some money. Anyway, the point was because Anias Badas, being poor with knowledge, that's the true Anias. The true poverty is not to have knowledge, not the money in your bank. So we have an Ashiris Badas, we have knowledge, we learn Torah, then everything's good, we get a broch from a tzaddik. It's Memela going to come upon us, and this is not, he doesn't need the brocha of this smaller guy. And if comes along the small guy and he curses him, God forbid, he's not able to cause to come upon him this klala. We say this every Shabbos. Excuse me, I'm coughing, but what can you do? It's been a stressful time. Hashem guards the souls, Chasidav, his righteous ones, from the hand of the B'shayim, and he saves them. We say this every Shabbos in the Kabbalah Shabbos. Yeah, we say it together in Shiur David. I don't know if they sing this part, they probably do. And furthermore, that these blessings are from like the owner of them. And in a place of bracha, the klala is distance. Your klala is distance. So when you're in a place of bracha, that's why one of the reasons you should distance yourself from a person who's shekadik, because he's going to have klala. These people of falsehood are going to have klala, they're going to have curse. If anything, you're not getting translate. If we translate, very important to translate everything.
Yeah, I think the beginning of that Shomen Ashok Chasidav, or Shlomo was talking about Ve Hashem Sinu Raz right before that, right?
Right, yeah.
And then he was talking about that, like we're over Hashem and they're the Ra, the evil, or like we have to hate that evil. We have to
actually hate it.
To come against that evil.
Yeah. And it's hard for people because in the PC world, his thought was, or in a PC politically correct world.
Politically correct.
So I said today in front of all these business people, I remember telling you I was on that Zoom chat. One of the guys friends with Bill Gates, that kind of level people, And he like huge, people in the business, and one of the guys head of the American Veterans Society, like a big dude. Yeah. And I'm sitting with them on Zoom, driving through the what do they call it, Judah Samaritan Hills, saying I'm right now in a tunnel where they just shot at people yesterday, trying to give them a bit of like context. And I said to them, like the whole idea of the whole thing with the sheker, with hating the sheker, I said to them, I have to be politically correct on some level because this is a group where we try not to get political. But I said, at the end of the day, you're asking me a question. You're asking about Chafash's Chala, interestingly. So I said, I'm just going to tell you what it says. Whether you understand it or not, it doesn't sound like modern day Ashkafa, but I'm going to give it. And I told about Adam and Chava, and taking from it's a tikkun from the Chet of Adam Rishon, from Chava caused darkness in the world. She has to fix it. It's hard to say that to people who are feminists or whatever, but we're fixing it with the Chala and the Adlachas Neiris and the Frashas Chala and Taras Mishpacha. We just learned about Taras Mishpacha as well. We're fixing the Chet and Rishon through these mitzvahs, And the concept, I went into it, and I said, I'm not going to put it. And then I went into that. I quoted Ben Shapiro. I said, there's no more equivalence. You can't make any more equivalence. I have to say it. I said, even though he's a bit sharp, but I'm going to say it. And I said it, and I said in the name of Rav Ben Shapiro, I said there's no moral equivalence.
It's true.
He's been strong. If you've been listening to him.
Ben's been it's always great.
Fire.
I mean,
More than ever.
I saw something today.
It's brimming over with fire.
Somebody posted on
After
Twitter like
Megan Kelly too.
I haven't listened to her.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.